Hey guys, T.A. Myers here. Today I'm going to talk about pitch wars on Twitter. So before I get started on this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe down below. That helps me know that you're watching. It also gives you notifications on when I come out with new videos. So hit like and subscribe for me. Now let me start the video. So today is a pitch war, or it's called Pit Mad on Twitter. And these things come up from time to time. As an aspiring author, you should be aware of when these pitch wars or these pitch parties or whatever you want to call it happen on Twitter. It's one of the ways that you can get your work in front of an agent or somebody who's interested in publishing your book. Even there's publishing houses and some in-between things. There's there's traditional publishing, there's self-publishing, and then there's kind of that in-between business as well that just helps you get your book on the market. So when you go on Twitter, and Twitter is one of those things that is kind of a necessary evil in my world, because I'm not a big Twitter guy. I tweet things all the time. I don't even get any likes, but who cares? I go on there. It's a great platform for the agents, and agents love to use Twitter. So if you're an author and you don't have a Twitter account, you need to get one right away, because that's where a lot of these agents like to communicate, is through their Twitter accounts. When you're doing your normal queries, that's one of the things that I do when I query an agent, is I actually go on Twitter and I make sure that, number one, that they're accepting queries. Number two, to make sure that they aren't, to make sure they're the right person for me. If my pitch is very political and they might have opposite views of me, then maybe I'm going to pass on that agent. Just finding the right agent for your book, for your work, that's crucial. And Twitter can be a great way of actually researching your agent before you send them your query. But they're always on Twitter, and that's one of the things that that they use, is these pitch wars or these pitch parties to actually find new talent. So there's a couple tips that I have for you guys before you go on there and start to pitch your work. Number one, make sure your work is complete, because the last thing you want to do is go on, pitch, have somebody say, send me your query, send me a full manuscript, send me whatever you got, and it not be complete. There's a ton of these. Today's it's Pit Mad. There's tons of these hashtags going out. There's tons of authors on there. They're all trying to get their works out in front of potential agents, potential publishers, trying to get their job done. But if you don't have your book ready, then you're going to go to the back of the line. So when you get that heart, comment, message, whatever it is that these agents like to do, you have to make sure that you're ready to send them your query right away, or send them your full manuscript, or whatever they're requesting. Make sure it's done. Don't go in there going, well, I'm probably going to complete it in about a month or so. So, if you could hold on till then. No, it's a very fast-paced industry. When they want something, they want it now. So you need to be on top of it. Make sure your work is done before you'd go to these pitch parties. That's also, it's also another great way of giving yourself a timeline, saying there's a pitch party on Twitter, a pitch event on Twitter, and I want to make sure that my work is done and complete. My fifth or sixth draft is done. My edits are done. I've done my beta reads. I've done my peer groups. I've done everything that I can do to get this thing ready. I've written my queries. I've written my letters. I've got it all down, and I'm ready to go by that date. And that's going to help you guys. Just give yourself a timeline. Say, I need to be done by this time. So that's one huge thing. And then also just make sure all your other everything else is in line with your work. You don't want to put out a bunch. You don't want to put out your work. Your work's done. Let's say your work is complete, and you put it out, and there's no information for the agents to research you. There should be a trail of things that the agent can actually pinpoint on and say, okay, I've gone to his website. I've seen his Instagram. I know his Twitter feed. I see he has followers on Facebook. He has, whatever it is. They want to know those things beforehand. Or you actually need to do your work beforehand, because again, once you get that heart, or once you get that comment or that message, that agent's going to start looking into you. They're going to want to invest into you. The book is one thing, but to actually invest into the author, and they need to know that you're investing in yourself. So you need to have that website set up. You need to have your Instagram, feed full of things that that just say that you're an author and that you're taking this seriously. Your Facebook and your even your Twitter feed needs to correspond with what your vision is for your career, because these agents don't want these fly-by-night people. They want people to build careers with. So make sure that your marketing, basically your self-marketing stuff, is ready to go as well. So number one, have your book ready to rock and roll. Two, have all your self-marketing, your Facebook, your website, everything else, have that ready to go. So when you make that pitch, and you start to get likes on that pitch, then you're ready to go. You're ready to get them their information, because that's going to put you ahead of the class. That's going to put you on that fast track to query these agents. So follow those few steps, those few kind of rules of thumb. It's going to help you through this process. And and the last thing is, on your Twitter, when you're doing your pitch, make sure that you put your best foot forward with your pitch. Make sure you really capture what your story's about. And don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated if you don't get likes, or if you don't get comments, or if you don't get whatever retweets. Take it for what it is. You should always retweet other authors as well. That's one of the big things about these pitch events. You should be retweeting authors that you like their pitch. Retweet them. Don't put a heart on it, because you're not an agent. But you can retweet all you want. So retweet people and give them some support. They might also give you some support in return. But don't get frustrated if this pitch party or whatever happens. It's saturated. There are so many people on there trying to do the same thing that you're doing, trying to get somebody's attention. And your keywords might not just fit with them in that day. So don't give up. Go back to the query process. Get ready for the next pitch event. Make sure that you're fine-tuning your craft. Make sure you're going back over your edits. Continue on your path, because it can get frustrated after a while, because you've queried and you've done these pitch events and you're not getting any traction on it. But don't get upset, because it only takes one. It only takes one agent to say, send me your full manuscript. Let's have a phone conversation. Let's move forward with this project. I think I can sell it. And it only takes one agent to do that. So don't get frustrated in the process. So anyways, have a great day. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Make sure you go on there. Pitch your works on Twitter. My Twitter handle is TAMyers43. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. I'll put the link down below just in case. My work that I'm doing is called The Click House Haunting, and it's a story about these teenagers, these siblings that go into a house, into this old town, and there's ghosts there, and there's some racism stuff, and it's all kind of crazy. Anyways, I'm pitching that today. Hopefully I get some thumbs up, some likes. I guess they're hearts on Twitter, whatever it is. But I would love to get that in the hands of an agent. So look for that. You can actually check that out. I put a little synopsis on my website at tamyers.com. But check that stuff out. Also, Attrition, I'm going to plug that real fast. It is on Amazon. I will leave the link below. You can also access it through my website. But Attrition is in Amazon right now on Kindle and paperback. Hit like, subscribe. Have a great day. See you guys on Twitter.